So they delete effectively the proviso to Article 3. But Mr. Sibal, at the end of it all, I mean, of course, this has the optics about the way it was done, but there's no challenge to anything that was done. All this is not under challenge here.
No, Maharaj, once you are challenging the emergency, Maharaj, the declaration of 356 is challenged. Maharaj, just look at
What
it.
is the frame of the petitions? Do we have a challenge?
Yes, we have one challenge. But Maharaj, quite apart from that, you're looking at Maharaj, it's
Yes.
370, Maharaj. I mean, it's not.
All right, we just see what the frame of the challenge. If you can just ask one of the juniors to make that little tabulation for us.
But apart from that, Maharaj, this is now before you.
Yes.
In all its various parts, in a sense.
Yes, of course.
Now the question is, Maharaj, what is the power? And that's the other thing. What is the power under 356? The quintessential object of 356 is to restore democracy. You take over because a government cannot be run in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution for a temporary period for the restoration of democracy. You don't use 356 for its decimation. You can't amend the provisions of the Constitution under 356.
Require ratification by the state legislatures. Now, suppose a particular state, the legislature, the power has been exercised under 356 and the president assumes the powers of the legislature, the executive. Can a ratification be done under 356 in relation to that particular state legislature?
No, Maharaj. No, because he's exercising powers as a state legislature, Maharaj, in this sense. There is no question of ratification.
Not in the J&K case. I'm just theoretically, I'm saying, can a
generally what is my lord is putting to
some constitutional amendments under the proviso require a ratification.
That's right. That's right.
Now, for the purpose of computing the majority, computing the strength required for ratification, can the center fall back upon the exercise of the 356 power? Say that, look, we have ratified it because we were exercising the power under 356.
What Lord is putting to me is that if Jammu and Kashmir, in a 368 situation, if Jammu and Kashmir were to ratify it, then Parliament can exercise that power.
Suppose any Indian state.
No, Maharaj.
You require a certain number of states.
Provided, Maharaj, the 356 is imposed there, not otherwise.
But if 356 is imposed, then can that power to ratify the amendment be exercised?
That's a tough question.
Even that is a little.
It's a tough. I can't answer it.
Yeah,
I'll have to think more about it. Because the ratification is of the state, therefore there are two separate constitutional authorities. One Parliament passing the law, and another authority ratifying it. You can't take the position. That's like, it takes two hands to clap. It's the same analogy. Therefore, you can't exercise that power yourself because that's power constitutionally is provided for in another institution, in another constitutional body.
Now, here the proclamation comes under 356.
That's right.
After that, what is done then?
Then, Maharaj, they amend section Article 3.
We saw that.
Yes. But Maharaj, kindly see, just read Article 3 with me for a minute. Formation of new states, alteration of areas, boundaries, or names of existing states.
Amendment to Article 3 required as part of this whole process?
Because they wanted to get rid of this proviso, Maharaj. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to. Yes. Because then you have to do the Reorganization Act.
Oh, the reorganization.
Yeah, that required.
Converting the state into a UT.
Right, that's right. That's how this had to be done earlier. Second proviso is not your lordship's document. That has been the other document. The second proviso relates to Maharaj as applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Kindly have a look at that. Kindly just show that document.
Document volume 1.
Volume 1.
Of the order passed.
Yes. There the proviso is there.
There the proviso was.
That's correct.
That proviso is deleted.
That's correct.
Which is that proviso?
Which requires that. I'm going to show that to you, Lordship. PDF page 65.
That was.
Yes.
That must be pursuant to the presidential order.
Correct. Absolutely right.
So the presidential order was not, was the presidential order amended? No.
No. It deals with the second proviso. You can't even introduce the bill, forget about anything else.
Or only one second provision.
Second part of the first proviso and the second proviso. Running page, Malaz, is 65, also 65.
That's the Constitution of India is applicable to the state of Jammu.
That's where the only place where the pages of the Constitution of India and the Constitution are applicable synchronized, Malaz. The rest is.
I interestingly read the note below. It says when secular was inserted into the Constitution,
Yeah.
it was never inserted here.
Never inserted, okay.
Just see the note below
I
it.
got
Note,
it, I got
note 1, you got it?
Yes, I got it at the bottom, yes. Socialist secular.
Socialists agree.
But see, Malaz, what they've done.
Where is the proviso?
Proviso, Malaz, at page 66, next page.
Second proviso.
Let's read the whole, Malaz. It'll be better
Yes.
if we read the whole, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Formation of new states and alteration of areas, boundaries, or names of existing states. Parliament may by law form a new state by separation of territory from any state. Malaz, this is also be important when you deal with the Reorganization Act. You might as well read the whole article, Malaz. Parliament may by law form a new state by separation of territory from any state or by uniting two or more states or parts of states or by uniting any territory to a part of any state. Increase the area of any state, diminish the area of any state, alter the boundaries of any state, alter the name of any state, provided that no bill for the purpose shall be introduced in either House of Parliament, except on the recommendation of the President, and unless, where the proposal contained in the bill affects the area, boundaries, or name of any of the states, the bill has been referred by the President to the legislature of that state for expressing its views thereon, which within such period as may be specified in the reference, or within such further period as the President may allow, and the period so specified or allowed is expired. That's why, Malaz, when the views of states was taken, Malaz, they said, no, you haven't referred it. We said, only need to take your views. We don't have to take your consent or your concurrence. So we may not agree. Even if you express your views that it should not be done, we're not bound by it, which is the correct constitutional provision. Then the second proviso, provided further that no bill providing for increasing or diminishing the area of the state of Jammu and Kashmir or altering the name or boundary of that state shall be introduced in Parliament without the consent of the legislature of that state. So you can't even introduce it. Here by 356, you do away with it.
They have created a UT. Otherwise, they have not altered the territory, have they?
No, they have, Malaz.
How?
Ladakh is not part of the state anymore.
That's what they carved out a UT and
Yeah.
made another UT, which they say.
Yes, carved out a UT saying that this will become a state,
Yeah.
and the other UT will remain a UT.
UT. So carving out of UT is permissible, no?
But boundaries
No,
are.
not from a state. I'm sorry, you can't
Boundaries are
create a
altered.
whole state as well.
Boundaries are also.
Yes,
altered.
boundaries
Carving
are
out
also
of-
altered.
To that extent, yes.
So, Malaz, this is all